They were faking it. See, the city healthcare workers accused of buying fake vaccine cards and the underground operation selling them on Instagram.
Tracking the remnants of Ida, flash flood threat and severe weather potential through morning.
Everyone loves a good bargain, and New York Live has tips on how to find the best designer duds at thrift stores. This is News 4 Now for September 1st. I'm Adam Cooperstein. The remnants of Hurricane Ida have now arrived. Tonight, flooding and possible tornadoes are the major concerns. So here's Maria with what we can expect.
Hi there, I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Maria LaRosa. Hope you're having a safe, dry day, and we are looking ahead to the opposite of dry. Torrential rainfall still expected through this evening into the overnight. This, of course, the remnants of Ida. We're talking rainfall rates of maybe 1 to 2 inches per hour as we head to the peak of all of this by 9, 10 o'clock, beginning to see this wind down by about 5, 6 tomorrow morning. In fact, areas really clearing out, even with the cloud cover by the time the sun comes up. The next concern after, of course, the flash flooding, which these watches continue through tomorrow morning, will be the wind gusts. Any loosened soil with the trees could take some trees down along with power lines, as these wind gusts for several hours will be in that 25 to 35 mile per hour range, perhaps a little higher, especially along the coast and into Long Island. But we cool down and dry out, temperatures starting in the 60s.
The FDNY says an e-bike battery that was charging is now to blame for a fire that killed a 9-year-old boy in Queens. That fire broke out at around 2 a.m. on Wednesday inside a building on 102nd Road in Ozone Park. The FDNY says when firefighters got there, they found heavy flames in the basement. 9-year-old Remy Miguel Gomez Hernandez was pronounced dead at the scene. 14 others were hurt, including the boy's father, who the FDNY says was severely burned trying to save him. Neighbors say the family had just moved into that home the day before, and there was no smoke detector. The FDNY commissioner says e-bike batteries are a big problem now for them.
This is the third death this year from that alone. We've had numerous fires, numerous injuries, property damage, all caused by charging these batteries in these bikes.
Commissioner Nigro says in the last year, 60 fires in the city were caused by faulty batteries. The New York legislature is back for a special session just hours after the state eviction moratorium expired on Tuesday night.
Under my watch here in the state of New York, we're not going to exacerbate what is already a crisis in terms of the homelessness problem. We are not going to allow people who no fault of their own, lost income, not able to pay, and facing eviction.
Governor Hochul called for that session just hours before the midnight deadline. Her goal is to extend it through January 15th. And if approved, that eviction moratorium extension will give renters time to catch up on rent. It'll also give the state time to disperse millions in federal funding that's available to renters and landlords. New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez is drawing attention out of beach umbrella safety ahead of the busy Labor Day weekend. Menendez and Virginia Senator Mark Warner want tougher safety standards. Right now, they're really not tested for safety at all. This comes after a woman was speared in the leg by a flying projectile in Seaside Heights back in 2018, and then another woman was killed by a flying umbrella in Virginia Beach in 2016. We're getting a look at new video of the NYPD rescuing a teenager off the waters of Queens. This rescue happened around 1 o'clock Tuesday morning near Jacob Riis Park. The NYPD's aviation unit used night vision goggles and a thermal imaging camera to locate the missing 14-year-old who has autism. Officers then led that teen out of the ocean and reunited him with his mom. Thankfully, that boy was not injured. Now to a News 4 exclusive. We're getting our first look at the Cougar found in a home in the Bronx as she's trying to adjust to her new and thankfully bigger home. Sasha the Cougar took her first steps into her new digs at the Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge in Arkansas on Monday. Sasha's owner had purchased her from a breeder earlier this year, and then after realizing the Cougar was growing quickly and of course getting dangerous, she thankfully contacted the Humane Society last week and the rescue was underway.
The owner had pulled up in the vehicle. She had the Cougar in her car. She was in a dog crate. She wanted to bring her out, so she let her out on a leash. Back in my mind, I'm thinking how easy this could go wrong and how easily, somebody could get hurt.
Sasha was taken to the Bronx Zoo before she was then transported to Arkansas. The NYPD is now investigating the whole case and how a cougar ended up in the city. You want designer looks on a dime? New York Live has the best tips for thrifting.
Today I am meeting up with thrifting expert Sammy Davis to give me a mini tour and the latest tips and tricks of the trade. So today we are going to two of your favorite thrift shops. First up, we are here at Housing Works in Chelsea. Why did you choose this one?
I love Housing Works because of its mission, which is health, equity, and justice for all. This Housing Works here in Chelsea has everything you need to outfit your entire apartment. Basically, Housing Works has it all. What I suggest to all of my tour goers is to look at every piece one by one, because you never know what you're actually going to see when you're looking at the piece versus trying to skim and see something that catches your eye. When it comes to a secondhand garment, it's good to give things a 360-degree look, just to make sure that there aren't any rips, tears, stains. Make sure that those buttons are still there. For someone who might be unsure if whether they're going to find their size in a secondhand store or not, what I suggest to them is to go straight to the accessories because they're sizeless.
Okay, you look great and I'm obsessed with this look. And like you said, very inexpensive. I feel like we're getting away with something.
You cannot get a better deal than a deal at a secondhand shop.
Okay, Sammy, next up we are here at Crossroads Trading. Tell me a little bit about this spot.
This is a very special store because you can decide what items are no longer wanted in your closet. You can bring them here. Crossroads Trading employees will evaluate them. They will decide what they want to purchase from you. And in exchange, they'll give you 30% of the resale value in cash or 50% of the resale value in credit.
I love that, and I am looking around and seeing a lot of designer pieces in this shop.
So many designer pieces in Crossroads Trading.
Okay, obsessed. Need these coats. This is Tom Brown for a fraction of the price.
That's amazing. It looks great on you. This is my statement piece by Stella McCartney.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sammy, this has been such a great day. Thank you so much, and happy thrifting.
Happy thrifting.
Two women are accused of selling hundreds of fake vaccination cards and registrations through Instagram. Their main clients, you won't believe it, New York City healthcare workers. And those workers are facing charges now too. News 4's Paisley Cheng has all the details on how this underground operation for fake vax cards worked.
No statements from the defendants as they walked out of Manhattan criminal court, just a hand gesture. They are among the 13 individuals arrested for buying fake COVID-19 vaccine cards, paying $200 to $450 for each. Prosecutors say they were all frontline workers at hospitals and nursing homes.
Anything you want to say?
Prosecutors say 27-year-old Nadeja Barkley worked with a New Jersey woman to sell fake COVID-19 vaccine cards. They say the Long Island woman worked at a health clinic and entered at least 10 names falsely into the New York State vaccine database. The ringleader, though, according to investigators, is 31-year-old Jasmine Clifford of Lyndhurst, New Jersey. She is accused of selling 250 forged COVID-19 vaccine cards on Instagram under the now-defunct handle Anti-Vax Mama.
Fraudsters are charging money to counterfeit them.
The I-Team has uncovered the sale of fake vaccine cards before. We found them advertised all over the internet and on encrypted messaging sites. Proof of vaccination is increasingly the way back to normal. The mayor addressed this prior to today's arraignment.
By the way, when there's a fake vaccination card, that means someone has committed a very serious crime. Literally, that could lead to prison time.
And authorities are still trying to apprehend Jasmine Clifford. She's the alleged ringleader in this case. Meanwhile, the other defendants today were all released without bail. They're due back in court in October. Reporting from Lower Manhattan, Paisley Cheng, News 4 New York.
Thanks for joining us on News 4 Now. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.